Kasi nandun siya, sir, nung diniscuss ko yun.
But before you continue, sir, naalala ko lang. Sabi nila, ikaw daw yung nag-miscalculate nung Shabu Hall sa Batangas. Na-overcalculate mo.
Sir, thank you for having that question on me, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just give the formula.
Formula.
Yes, number of sacks, number of packs inside the sacks, the average weight per sack, and if they want the price, that is 6.8 million. We did not put numbers on that, sir. The PNP were the one who put the numbers, not us.
PNP ang naggawa ng numbers. But anyway, sinabi naman ng PNP talaga na estimate lang yun eh. Yung estimate,
yes, sir.
pwede sumubra, pwede kumulang. Di ba?
Yes, sir. Kasi yung PDEA, sir, hindi nagbibigay ng estimate sa public. Gumagawa lang kami niyan, sir, kung na-weigh na. Kung tapos na yung weighing. Yun, sir, hindi pa tapos eh.
Okay. Sige, please continue. Yung with regards to the letter of Morales.
Yes, sir. The Attorney Del Valle will discuss that, sir, the details.
Okay, go ahead. You have the floor, Attorney Del Valle.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, and to the honorable members of this committee and to all those who are present here, good afternoon. I would like to say thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving us this opportunity to discuss with you the result of the investigation that we have conducted to answer the following questions. Number one, whether these documents, the pre-documents, ay naging part or official document of PIDEA. And the other question that I will be discussing is about who is the resource person that we have here, Mr. Jonathan Morales. All those questions that I have mentioned will be addressed in the presentation that I will be going to report. And I would like to inform this honorable committee that the report that I'm going to make is not my personal opinion. It's not my personal report because as mentioned by our Deputy Director General for Operation, this is the result of the investigation that the PIDEA had conducted as yung aming Deputy Director General for Operation ay siya po yung head dito with the instruction of the Director General of PIDEA. Okay, please, next slide. Yung report that I'm going to present, ito po yung final report that we have submitted to the Director General of PIDEA dated April 14, 2024. Okay, in the next slide please. Take a look at the two documents na sinasabi nating alleged PIDEA leaks. The pre-operation report and the authority to operate. If you are going to take a look at the two pictures there, makikita natin that those documents, number one, parehas po silang walang control number. Aside from these two documents na walang control number, yung documents pong ito were intentionally obliterated. And yung documents pong ito, most of the items therein ay remained unfilled. Ibig sabihin, this deprived the PIDEA para malaman po magkaroon ng kung talagang totoo or hindi or nag-e-exist yung dokumentong ito. Kasi hindi namin mabe-verify. In the investigation that we have conducted here during the past 2 hearings,
kapag
yes po,
na-disapprove o kaya hindi na-submit yung papel na yan, magkakaroon ba ng control number? Halimbawa, ako si Morales, gagawin ko yan. At inamin naman niya, pinirmahan niya. Ngayon, kung sinabihan ako na di-disapprove yung operation na yan, magkakaroon ba yan ng control number?
hindi po.
Oh, hindi. So, meaning, tingnan mo nature ng papel. Tingnan mo, kung sabihin mo, new file yan, that's an old file. Tingnan mo yung color ng papel. Yeah? Color na papel. At saka yung butas doon sa confidential. Lumang papel yan. Pero ang tanong dyan, sino may hawak ng papel na yan?
Okay,
diba?
that's what we are going to answer
Okay.
po, Your Honor, in my next presentation. And
So,
some of the slides.
settle tayo dyan na kung hindi yan na-submit at hindi na-approve, obvious, hindi talaga magkakaroon ng control number.
Yes po.
Correct?
Yes
Okay.
po.
Please continue.
But napakalinaw po during the series of questions na tinanong po yung ating resource person that he cannot even present any evidence that would prove that these two documents ay talagang nangyari o totoo. In this pre-operation report, makikita
And
po
then,
natin.
if you're going to say na hindi totoo yung papel na yan, para na rin sinabi mo na ako'y nauto ni Morales. Kasi sinabi ko naman talaga, totoo. Makita mo na yung papel, oh. Discolored. Andyan yung papel na yan. Ang tanong lang kayo kung sino may hawak. Ha?
Your Honor, as
Ako'y naniniwala na may papel na ganyan talaga. Despite the fact na soft copy lang yan. Paano magkakaroon ng soft copy kung wala yung papel na yan?
Recording in
Diba?
progress.
Very clear yung papel. Brown na nga, oh, sa kalumaan niya. Ulit, oh, tingnan mo. Mga stain sa baba, oh. Pwede ba yung i-computer generate yan? Yung papel na yan, iimbintuhin mo yan? Pati yung butas doon sa panser? Just one, physical examination of the papel. Although, Xerox lang yan. Pero yung original na papel yan, tingnan mo. Na lumang papel talaga yan. Kaya nga, ako yung naniniwala sa inyo na wala talaga sa inyo. Most likely, ito sa akin. Kung hindi man ito nalagay sa file ninyo, ito honest opinion ko ito. Kung hindi ito nalagay sa file ninyo, pwedeng ang gumawa nito siyang nagtago ng papel na ito.
posible
Ako, to be honest, I am not destroying you, Morales. Ako, isa rin sa iniisip ko na pwedeng ikaw gumawa nito, hindi mo na-submit, baka nasa iyo yung papel na yan. Pero, sige lang, I am giving you the benefit of the doubt. Pero pag sinabi ninyo, ikaw, attorney, kung sabihin mo na never nag-exist yung papel na yan, yan ay gawa-gawa lang. Maniwala kaya ako sa'yo? Yung nature ng papel, kahit na photocopy lang yan, paano lalabas yung soft copy kung walang hard copy? Oh, anong sinisirox niya? Kung ano kinukopyahan kung wala yan? Kung hindi yan existing?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Siguro po yung papel na to, dokumentong to nag-exist.
Oh,
But
nag-exist
only on
nga.
the part of the Mr. Jonathan Morales, because these documents that I have been mentioning, never po itong naging part ng official documents
Well,
of PIDEA.
naniwala ako sa inyo pag dineclare nyo yan dahil talagang tinignan niyo sa record ninyo. Tinignan niyo sa record nyo. Wala talaga yan.
Yes po,
Pero
Your Honor.
please do not make that impression to this committee na non-existent yung papel na yan. Paano nagkakaroon ng soft copy kung walang hard copy niyan? Existent yan, but you cannot determine the location of that paper.
Yes, Your
Am
Honor.
I correct? Okay, so dapat magkaintindihan tayo dyan.
Yes, Your Honor.
At tayo nagdududa kung sino nagtago ng papel na yan at sino nag-leak, di ba? Sino? Kaya yan tayo nagkakaroon ng investigasyon.
Okay, Your
Please continue.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if I may. If an agent prepares a pre-op report, theoretically, and does not submit it, dahil nagdalawang isip siya, natakot siya, kung ano man ang motibo niya, o nabayaran siya, kung ano man ang motibo niya, he did not submit it, as you testified, wala sa records niyo. Is that document confidential? Is that document part of your official records?
My answer, Your Honor, it's no. It did not become part of the official records of PIDEA. Maybe that documents ay naging official or personal file lamang po ng ating resource person.
Ngayon, ang personal file ng isang resource person, tulad ng sinabi ng ating chairman, nung siya'y police, marami siyang mga informant, may mga ebidensya kang nakakalap, pag-alis sa departamento, pag-retire, dala-dala niya yun. Iuwi niya yun. Parang ako rin yan. Nung nag-congressman ako, nag-governor, unang term ko sa Senado, nung natapos, dala-dala ko rin lahat. Malay ko bang bawal yun? Sabi nga ni Senator Tolentino, wala namang batas na nagsasabing bawal yun. So hanggat hindi tinatanggap ng PIDEA para magpasa kayo kung itutuloy nga ba yung operasyon o hindi, hindi pa opisyal na dokumento ng PIDEA yun. Ganun po ba interpretasyon
Yes
niyo?
po, Your Honor.
So it may be a document prepared by a PIDEA agent, but not something that the PIDEA would stand on as of yet, because it has not yet been tested, the veracity, the validity, at hindi hinusgahan pa kung ito nga ay i-operate natin o hindi.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Ngayon, tudutuan ko po kung pinapanood niyo po yung mga hearing ni Senator Bato na number 1 yata to sa social media ngayon, ang alegasyon ni Ginoong Morales ay hindi sa pinayagan i-operate ito. Pinigilan siyang i-operate ito. Umakyat hanggang kay General dating Director Kakdak. Umakyat hanggang kay Gadapan. Umakyat hanggang kay SSO. Ang dami ng pinuntahan. Kaya pinatawag pa rin siya sa Malacanang eh. Ang tanong ko, kung hindi bahagi ng record ng PIDEA, paano ito matatanggihan ng kahit sino sa PIDEA kung wala sa records?
Okay, Your Honor. Actually po ang nangyari dito kasi is hindi po sinunod ni Mr. Morales yung standard procedure of PIDEA. Kasi pag may dumating na confidential informant, yung dapat gagawin niya after conducting interview, si Mr. Morales dapat kakausapin niya rin po yung kanyang immediate superior, which is director, the division chief during that time ay si Director Francia. And after talking sana kay
Nasaan si
Director
Francia?
Francia,
Nasaan si Francia?
submit po siya ng
Tabel?
excuse
Thank
me,
you.
nasa-
Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, dininay nga po, ang instruction po ni
Wait until I recognize you, ha? Kaya may chairman dito para ako magdala sa discussion. Tatanungin kita mamaya. You want to say something?
No, he was
Yes,
about to say
Yes.
something.
After po sana sa kanyang division chief, dapat malalaman din po ito ng kanyang director. And during that time, it's Director La Chica, yung Director of the Intelligence and Investigation Service. Nagtataka po kami kung bakit even yung kanyang division chief, si Director Francia, even yung kanyang Director in the Intelligence and Investigation Service, si Director La Chica, hindi man lang na-inform. In fact, wala silang kaalam-alam sa nangyaring ito. Dumirekta daw siya kay Deputy Director General for Operation, si then Sir Gadapan. Hindi po yun yung normal procedure. In fact, the Deputy Director General for Operation, hindi na po kailangan yung approval niya. In preparing this particular documents na dalawang yan, hindi po kailangan yung approval ng DDGO. Ang mangyayari po, dun lang sa level nila, dapat naayos doon, and after that, kung after validation, okay, so dapat dun pa lang sila kukuha. Magre-report sa Plans and Operation Service para po makakuha ng authority to operate and pre-operation report. So
At
in
yung
this case,
binabanggit ninyong Deputy Director Gadapan, nagkataong pumanaw na.
yes po.
Pero so far, yung mga buhay pa, hindi pinapatotoo.
Yes po. Actually,
Yung mga allegation
yes po.
so far
Actually,
na-
Your Honor, sa presentation ko po, kasama po dyan yung affidavit of the 8 agents that during that time, they were assigned doon po sa Intelligence and Investigation Service. Now, kung sila po yung...
Sandali, ha? Andito mo lang si General Kakdak. Sir, this happened during your time? Di ba, 2012, ikaw, o si Gutierrez?
No, Your Honor, it's but still Yusek Gutierrez.
Ayun si Gutierrez pa, sir?
Yes, sir, because I assumed October 18, but my order is October 11.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ang hirap po na tayo matanong dahil puro pumanaw na sa langit na. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
If I may
Please continue.
Dito po sa dalawang nakita natin na pre-operation reports in authority to operate, sabi ko po kanina maraming blanco. And then we have to take note of the fact na linagay niya po dyan na 7 other personnel of the IIS, Intelligence Investigation Service. Consistent po yan doon sa kanyang naging letter sa amin pong Director General of PIDEA dated April 7, 2024 na yung conduct niya ng interview doon sa confidential informant ay in front of some other IIS personnel. So ano pong ginawa ni PIDEA para po malaman kung totoo o hindi? pinatawag po namin yung mga naka-assign during that time sa Intelligence and Investigation Service. Sino-sino yun? We have consulted the Director of the Human Resource Management Service of PIDEA, and then kinausap namin sila, nangyari ba talaga to o hindi?
Recording in
Ang sabi
progress.
po nila, wala po silang kaalam-alam, wala po silang natatandaan based on their personal recollection na may nangyari pong confidential informant na nag-report stating therein na yung subject po na nandito sa ating pre-operation report and the authority to operate ay naging po.
Okay, yung nga, na-discuss na natin ang previous hearing, no? Yung affidavit nila.
Yes, next.
Pero yung tinanong ko sila, were they present during the time na kinausap ni Morales yung confidential agent, allegedly, yung araw na yon, which was a Saturday? Ang sabi rin ng mga agent na yon is, wala daw sila dahil Sabado.
Yes po.
Wala daw sila doon. So tinanong ko pa nga, ano magiging implication nitong affidavit nyo doon sa pag-disclaim sa claim ni Morales na wala pala kayo doon sa area nung panahon na yan. Kaya, just to be fair, just to give weight to all these testimonies.
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Pero
Sige,
po,
continue.
sa letter niya po kasi, Your Honor, binanggit niya po na yung kanyang pagkakausap dun sa confidential informant ay in front of some other IIS personnel. That's why, ang ginawa ni PIDEA...
Yung nga
inalam
problema, hindi nga niya masabi kung sino yung mga tao
Yes
na yun.
po. We have
Ma-recall
a
mo, Morales, sino yung mga kasama mo doon?
Your Honor, nandun po doon sa deposition. Nandun po kung sino-sino yung nandun present.
Hindi mo bigay ang pangalan. Wala mo, hindi ka malala. Ikaw,
Hindi,
harap mo.
Your
Siguro-
Honor, napakatagal na po nung pagkuha ko ng statement at yung istorya na yung 2012, Your Honor, nung kinunan ko yung confidential informant. Kaya yung pong sinasabi nila na ganyan pinaharap nila yung mga dati kong kasama. Your Honor, naiintindihan ko po yung pinagdadaanan ng mga kasama ko. Wala naman ho silang pagpipilian. Kung pipiliin nila ako o pipiliin nila yung trabaho nila ngayon, Your Honor.
Okay, sige, thank you.
Your Honor,
continue.
dito po yung mga nag-execute ng affidavit, we can once again ask them regarding this. Kasi wala naman pong ibang sasabihin si Mr. Jonathan Morales na kasama niya kung hindi po yung mga naka-assign doon sa Intelligence and Investigation Service. And then, one thing, Your Honor, if I may continue, dito po sa ating pre-operation report, ang nakalagay po dyan na unit is Unit 4-C. Yun po yung address sa Rockwell, Unit 4-C. At kinonfirm po ito ni Mr. Morales during the first hearing. At ito po yung lumalabas sa social media for the past 2 months na nakikita po ng lahat, nakikita po yung address 4-C po ito. At ito po kinonfirm niya for several times.
Inamin naman rin niya na clerical error yun. 46-C talaga yung unit ni Marcel Soriano kasi nakalagay din doon sa ibang papel niya, 46-C, di ba?
Yes po, sir.
So, ano mangyayari naman yan sa atin yan, yung mga nagkakamali tayo sa ating mga papeles? Mas importante, na-confirm natin na mayroong 46-C sa Rockwell na pinagmamay-ari ni Maricel Soriano na inamin mismo ni Soriano when he testified before this committee. Di ba?
Your Honor, ang point lang po namin is sobrang magkaiba po yung Unit 4-C sa Unit 46C.
Yung nga, inamin nga niya, nagkamali daw siya, kaya 46-C yun ang totoo. Tinanong ko siya kung saan ang totoo, 4-C or 46-C. Kasi mayroon din siya papel dyan na 46-C. Nakita mo? May papel siya dyan na 46-C. So, kinuprunta ko siya, saan itong dalawa ang totoo. Sinabi niya 46-C. So, let's leave it at that.
Thank you.
Please
Thank you,
continue.
Your Honor. Please, next slide. Yung ating pong pre-operation report and authority to operate, they do not exist in the PIDEA Regional Office, National Capital Region, Records of Operational Coordination Reports. Makikita po natin dyan na yung March 10 and March 12, 2012, meron pong naging coordination. March 10, ang serial number po ay nagtatapos sa 22 Yung March 12 naman po ay nagtatapos sa 2-3, indicating na wala pong other coordination nangyari in between the March 10 and March 12. Yung March 10 pong binabanggit dyan, hindi po yan yung tungkol doon sa pumuntang confidential informant kay Mr. Jonathan Morales. Gusto ko pong i-reiterate na ito pong papel na to magpapatunay na wala pong anumang nai-report sa regional office ng National Capital Region pertaining dun po sa pumuntang confidential informant. At hindi po ito madadaya dahil serialized po yung control number. Magkasunod po yan, wala pong in-between na nangyari and wala pong other coordination.
Kailangan ba talagang ipaparating mo doon sa regional regional operation center kapag may magpunta sa iyo na informant? Ganun ba?
Your Honor, lahat po ng coordination.
Hindi, it's not about coordination. This is about yung paglapit ng tao sa iyo. Ikaw, may confidential informant ako. Papunta ako sa iyo, sir. May impormasyon ako na ganito. I-report mo kagad dyan sa Regional Operation Center na may pumunta sa akin na informant? Is that the way it is?
Hindi po diretso, Your Honor, after na po ma-process.
Oh, after na ma-process. So, after ma-process.
Yes po.
Sige, continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next slide, please. These documents do not exist in the records of the National Operation Center of PIDEA. So katulad ng nakita natin sa previous slide, the serial number dun sa March 10 and March 12, 2012 ay magkasunod. Yung isa nagtatapos po sa numbers 1-1 at yung kasunod po nagtatapos po sa numbers 1-2. Ibig sabihin,
I think, I get your point. I get your point. The mere fact na wala siyang control number, wala talaga. No use discussing all these things.
Yes.
Kasi wala naman talagang control number yon. Paano natin ikumpara? Walang control number dahil na-disapprove, hindi natuloy yung operation, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So,
Just to
there's
prove,
no
Your
choice, there's no use discussing this. Dahil, to start with, yung papel na pinapakalat sa social media, wala talagang control number.
yeah, I'm just presenting this, Your Honor, just to prove that these documents ay hindi po talaga naging official documents of PIDEA.
Ay, hindi naman talaga. Naniwala ako sa inyo na hindi talaga.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Naniwala ko. No need of explaining it. Kayo lahat nagsasabi sa akin na
Yes.
hindi official document yan. Wala, naniwala ko. Hindi mo talaga makita yan doon. Saan mo makita yan? Hindi mo makita yan. Kahit na anong hanap ninyo.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Pero, siguro naman, kayo lahat mag-agree sa akin na yung soft copy na yan, meron talaga yung papel na existing na hard copy na kinopya ng Xerox. Ha? Everybody agree with me?
Your Honor, actually, kung makikita natin yung pre-operation reports at authority to operate na sobrang medyo malabo at maraming information yung natanggal, kahit sino po sigurong dating PIDEA employee or lalong-lalo na PIDEA agent po pwede pong gawin yan. Madali lamang po yun, lalong-lalo na kung yung taong yung meron po siyang...
You mean to say, yung ganong kaluma na papel, pwedeng gawin ngayon? O existing yan noon? Anong klaruhin natin?
Pwede po kasi, Your Honor, that's because of paulit-ulit pong na-photocopy. Parang it appears na parang...
Mr.
luma
Chairman,
po siya.
Mr. Chairman, if
Yes,
I may.
I
I did not attend the first hearing and did not attend the entirety of the second hearing, but I know for a fact it's a photocopy. It's a picture of a photocopy is what we have.
Yes.
If what we have is a picture of a photocopy, paano po natin malalaman kung gaano kaluma nga yung papel na yon? Na may butas, meaning nasa folder dati. Pero paano ho natin malalaman kung brown na yung papel, kung luma na yung papel, if what we have on hand, without Agent Morales presenting, former Agent Morales presenting the original, if he has it, how do we find out if it's, how did we find out that it is an old piece of paper?
Paki-flash nga yung papel na yan. Paki-flash ulit yun, yung papel. Paki-flash.
Especially referring to the color,
Sige,
Mr.
yung
Chairman.
color kanina. Sana yun. Yan Yan, tingnan nyo. Yung mga markings na yan, sa kalumaan na yan, at saka nabasa-basa na yan siguro.
Mr. Chairman, I went to the College of Law. I would photocopy at least about 100 volumes of SCRA. Depende ho dun sa Xerox eh. May Xerox na maganda. May Xerox, so yung mas murang Xerox, mas pangit eh. Yung mamisong Xerox nun, clear eh.
Well, magkakaroon din ng kanya-kanyang
Yes, I agree, but-
opinion nito. Pero ako, nag-retire ako sa PNP. Kung tingnan mo yung mga second lieutenant pa ako na file, ganyan na ganyan talaga tingnan ngayon eh. Ganyan na ganyan talaga, yung mga color na yan. So kaya nga sinabi ko, existing yung file na yan. Kasi paano nga nagkakaroon ng soft copy kung hindi, walang kinopyahan dyan. Yun lang sa akin. But when you say na non-existent sa file niyo yan, wala talaga. Naniniwala ako sa inyo. Pero kung totoo yan o hindi, I bet may bayag. Totoo yan. Pero ang tanong, sino may hawak? Posible pa na si Morales may hawak niyan at siya ang nagpakalat niyan. To be frank about it, isa yan sa mga pagdududa na iniisip ko, Jonathan Morales, na
Yes, Your
pwedeng
Honor.
ikaw.
Ang ano nga, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, ano, kaya lang ako napunta rito as resource person dahil nga nung sumulat ako sa kanila, sinabi ko na wala akong kinalaman dyan sa nilabas ng vlogger kasi kinontak lang din sir ako ng kasama ko sa PIDEA.
Yung nga,
Kaya ko lang din nalaman.
yung nga problema, hindi pa pinakita yung pangalan mo dyan, hindi pa nakita yung signature mo, sumulat ka agad sa PIDEA na claiming
Yes, sir.
ikaw
Dahil
ang
nga,
gumawa. Ikaw ang
nakita ko,
gumawa.
yes, sir, Your Honor. Dahil tanda ko naman talaga na ako talaga yung nag-imbestiga doon sa confidential informant. Alam nila yan, sir. Alam nila. Dinideny lang nila ngayon.
Anyway. Sige, continue.
Your Honor, next slide please. They do not exist in the PIDEA blatter book ng aming Plans and Operation Service from 2010 up to present. Lahat po ng anti-illegal drugs operations and coordination na ginagawa, aside from yung amin pong database, meron po kaming blatter book na dala po namin ngayon, yung hard copy. Nakalagay po doon from 2010 up to present. Lahat po ng coordination, lahat po ng anti-illegal drugs operation. So in this case, wala pong entry na nagsasabi regarding that confidential informant. Next please. Next slide please. Ito po yung certification that we have from the Plans and Operation Service stating therein na wala nga pong nakalagay doon na nagpumunta na confidential informant and wala pong nag-coordinate regarding that matter. Next slide please. Dito po sa aming formis, nabanggit po ito dati na although hindi po nakalagay sa aming formis, ito po ay hindi rin nakalagay. Before formis kasi meron kaming data monitoring system, yung Daemon po. Hindi din po ito nakalagay doon. And then, the name Bongbong Marcos.
Hindi talaga malagay doon kung hindi sinubmit yan, hindi pinalagay doon. Wala talaga. Hindi mo makita yan doon kung
Yes.
meron nagtago niyan.
Yes po.
And meron nagtago niyan.
Yes.
So,
And the name Bongbong Marcos.
marami ka pa? Marami ka pang aside from that? Konti lang. Please wrap up dahil ako ang prayer ngayon sa session hall. Baka 2 beses akong pagalitan ni Spin ito. Hindi ako last session akong nalate ako sa prayer. Please, continue.
And the name Bongbong Marcos alias Bonget does not appear in the National Drug Information System or Interagency Drug Information Database. Hence, he has never been included in the drug list or been subjected to any negation operation. Next, please.
Remember, we're not talking about the drug list dito, ha? Ang ating pinag-usapan to yung leak na yan, yung pre-operation report at saka yung authority to operate, yun ang pinag-usapan natin, hindi drug list. Kasi ako, kung tanungin mo rin ako, nag-PNP ako, wala talaga ako nakita about that information. Ako mismo, honestly speaking, wala akong nakita. Pero hindi ko sinasabi rin na hindi siya pwede magiging subject sa information galing from somebody. Yun lang sa akin. Pero kung sabihin mo yung list na yan, wala akong nakita. Ako. Sige, continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next is the affidavit, joint affidavit ng mga naka-assign in the Intelligence and Investigation Service during the March 2012. Okay, stating in the affidavit po na wala sila based on their personal recollection, wala po silang nalamang ganong information. Next slide, please. Certification coming from the Human Resource Management Service of PIDEA na kung sino-sino po yung assigned na mga drug enforcement officers during that March 2012. Next, please. And ito po, yung pagkatao ng ating resource person, one of the topics that we discuss in the investigation that we have conducted. Your Honor,
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead, Senator Chis.
It will be submitted anyway. Narinig na natin, akusado, maraming kaso, nagsinungaling noon, meaning it will be submitted anyway. Since you will be doing the prayer, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to take advantage of the presence of this witness. Tokayo, Attorney Francis, is a pre-operation report an authority to operate that document? Is it a controlled document o form lang yun na matatagpuan sa opisina ng PIDEA?
That's not a controlled document. Yung yan pong...
So form lang yun na matatagpuan sa opisina ng PIDEA,
Yes.
dadabot ka ng isa kung may gagawin kang isasubmit kang pre-operation report o authority to operate. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Magiging controlled document lang yan pag nalagyan na ng numero.
Yes po.
So hanggat wala pang numero yan, hindi pa yan controlled document, therefore hindi pa yan official document, therefore hindi pa siya public document, therefore hindi pa siya kasama sa official records ng PIDEA.
Yes po.
Magiging official record lang yan, gaya ng sinasabi ni Chairman De La Rosa, wala kayong kopya kasi hindi pa nga sinasubmit. Hindi pa din, kung hindi pa siya sinasubmit, edi hindi rin siya bahagi ng official records ng PIDEA. If it is not part of the official records of PIDEA, it is not the proper subject matter of a leak either yet. Kasi hindi pa naman bahagi ng official record ng PIDEA. Ngayon, posible na may ginawang ganyan talaga si Ginoong Morales. May informant man o wala, may nagbigay man ng affidavit o wala, may picture man o wala, posible yon. Pero hawak niya, file niya, nasa kanya, sa puntong yon, since you're an attorney, Francis, public document na ba siya o hindi pa? O dahil sa officer agent ng PIDEA, may tuturing ng public document siya?
No, Your Honor.
My next question, sir, is kung ito'y pinanumpaan, affidavit sino po ba yung nagpapasumpa sa PIDEA noong mga panahong yon?
Marami pong lawyers na naka-assign po sa Legal and Prosecution Service of PIDEA. Sila po yung dapat na magpasumpa.
Kung lawyer po yan at I presume pwede lamang sila magpasumpa kapag sila ay notaryo.
Meron pong mga may notarial commission during that time.
Yung walang notarial commission, meron po ba silang listahan ng mga pinapasumpa?
Meron po kasi yung iba doon, although they don't have the notarial commission, allowed po sila to administer yung mga documents po.
Allowed sila to administer oath, pero nire-record ba nila yung sumusumpa sa harap nila?
Yes.
Kahit wala silang notarial commission?
Meron 5 po yung Legal and Prosecution Unit. Sino-sino po yung mga nagpa-administer doon sa office?
Matanong ko po kayo, sa dokumento ng PIDEA, kung binalik-tanawan nyo talaga at nag-research po kayo sa lahat ng dokumento, meron po bang nakasad doon na may nanumpa noong araw ng Sabado patungkol po sa bagay na ito? At kung sakasakali, listahan ng mga notaryo o mga abogadong may notaryo, dahil may record po yan ng kanilang mga pinanumpaan 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. Sinasubmit po yan sa husgado kada taon ng lahat ng notaryo.
Wala po kaming nakitang records. In fact, I issued as Director of the Legal and Prosecution Service a certification na wala po kaming nakitang records na ganon. And if I may add po, Your Honor, hindi po ito kasi yung usual na once meron pong confidential informant na, for example, first time na pumunta, wala pong confidential informant na papayag na itatranscribe into sworn statement po yon. Kasi in the sworn state, kung magiging affidavit po ito, ilalagay niya yung pangalan doon and then sasamahan niya po si Ginoong Morales sa Legal and Prosecution Service. Wala pong confidential informant na papayag sa ganon.
So, sa kasong ito, kung may affidavit man, personal niya yon, kung sang notaryo man yon, kung may pre-operation o authority to operate man, hindi pa niya sinusumite kung sakasakali. Para tumugma nga yung sinasabi ng chairman na posibleng may ganun dokumento na ganun nakakatagal, pero hindi dumapo, hindi nakaabot, hindi nakarating sa talaan, sa record, sa dokumento na nasa pangahawak ng PIDEA para maging official document ito.
Yes po. Although binanggit po ni Mr. Morales during the first hearing na yung affidavit daw is pinanotaryahan nyo or nag-subscribe dun sa Legal and Prosecution Unit of PIDEA.
Walang record nga doon.
Wala pong records.
Nang may sumumpa doon sa petsang yon.
Wala po, Your Honor.
Huling katanungan, Ginoong Chairman. Itong pre-operation report at saka authority to operate. Kapag ka ito'y nalagyan na ng control number, dadaan na po yan sa proseso at kailangan ng pagpasahan ng mga opisyal. Tutuloy ba to? Wag itutuloy ito? Etc. etc. Tama po ba yan?
Tama po.
So ito'y kumbaga application lamang ito.
Opo.
Pag sinumite, doon palang gugulong yung bola, ika nga.
Opo.
Hanggat hindi sinusumite, hindi gugulong ang bola.
Opo. Tama
At
po.
walang kailangan pagpasahan sino man sa hierarchy ng PIDEA.
Tama
Mula sa kanyang immediate hanggang sa pinakamataas na opisyal ng PIDEA.
Tama po.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Attorney, for that clarification.
Thank you,
Thank you
Senator
very much.
Chis. Mag-sisisyo na tayo. Ganito na lang. Meron ba tayong isang hearing? Sana makarating yung hindi pa nakarating dito. Then afterwards, tapusin na natin. Tapos na ito.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
on that point, before we adjourn, I'd like to raise an issue now or probably on the floor later because I heard the chairman earlier that we would have wound up this hearing if Secretary Ochoa had attended. But my problem, Mr. Chairman, is Maharlika, the number one antagonist, protagonist, character, whatever you call it, has no plans of attending. She has said so herself, Mr. Chairman. So, do we wait to and keep this hearing open? In regard to the other names mentioned, I brought this up in the last hearing, Mr. Chairman. For example, Mr. Morales mentioned President Duterte that he knows. Yun ang claim niya. And I raised the issue na hanggang saan tayo magpapatawag sa pangalang binabanggit ni Ginoong Morales. Binanggit niya si Ms. Maricel Soriano, inimbitahan natin. Binanggit si si General Kakdak, inimbitahan natin. Si General Serapio, inimbitahan natin. Gaya ng sinasabi ko, Mr. Chairman, at some point in time, we have to rein in kung hanggang saan lang. Kaya ng sabi nating Senate President earlier. And that is the reason, Mr. Chairman, why I think I've been in the Senate for quite some time. The reason why a motu proprio is usually done, usually isa. And by tradition in the Senate, I'll mention this on the floor later. By tradition in the Senate, a motu proprio hearing is conducted during recess. Kasi wala pong session, may nangyari. May nangyari, kailangan mag-hearing. Or hindi pa nare-refer. Na-file na yung resolution, hindi pa nare-refer, kaya kailangan mag-hearing. But in the past, a resolution was forthwith filed para in direction maliwanag. Hindi yung depende sa makulay po ang buhay ni Ginoong Morales. Marami po siyang karanasan at marami po siyang nakasalamuhang mga tao. At hindi ho ako magugulat na totoong nakasalamuhan niya, yung mga kilala at mga batikang mga pangalan sa ating kasaysayan. Pero mahirap naman po na kada pangalan babanggitin ay papatawag at magdedepende ang pagpapatuloy, di pagpapatuloy ng hearing sa pagdalo ng mga pangalang binabanggit niya, lalo na wala naman po siyang personal knowledge, meaning hindi po niya personal na nakasalamuha o narinig yung mga di umanong bagay na sinabi, kabilang na yung personal na away ni Ginoong Santiago at ni Ginoong Enriquez. Kung ano man po namamagitan sa kanila, ay nasa kanila na ho yun. Ayoko na ho pakialaman yun. Kung ano man po ang sama ng loob ni General Santiago kanina kay Ginoong Enriquez na tila meron, nasa sa kanila na ho yun. Pero lumalabas pa rin po dito at obligado tayong pakinggan at pagbigyan. So at the proper time, Mr. Chairman, I hope we can discuss together with the other members of the committee, as the good Senate President has pointed out, because nothing, let me clarify, nothing prevents a hearing to be conducted based on a resolution specifically finding out Sino nga ba ang mga adik? Totoo ba yung sinasabi dun sa dokumento na sinasabi ni Ginoong Morales, etc., etc.? Nothing prevents that from being done. Pwede po yan gawin mamaya o bukas, may pwede mag-privilege speech at yun po yung basehan ng pagdinig. Pero, base sa privilege speech, base sa resolution, yun po ang magiging limitasyon ng pagdinig. Dahil, sa totoo lang, naiintindihan ko ating chairman dahil interesado naman ako mapakinggan din. May opening sa lahat ng sinasabi ng ating mga testigo. Subalit, mahirap naman po na kada pangalan babanggitin ay gagawin nating depende ron yung pagdinig kung itutuloy pa o hindi na.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I submit.
thank you. I admire your insights, your inputs, and again, I have, kung hindi ko pa na-rule yan, right here, right now, I'm going to rule that kahit na nabanggit ni Morales, ni PDEA Agent Morales, si President Duterte, si President Bongbong Marcos, I have to rule now as the chairman of this committee that I'm not going to invite those personalities. Now, but please, just give this chairman the, you know, the, how do I English this? Just give this chairman the, leeway. No, not leeway. I'm referring to give this chairman the prerogative to invite kung sino ang gustong i-invite. And anyway, yung sinabi ni Gerald Kakdak, most of them are not, kung to be strict about it, about the being a germane to the topic, ay medyo ibang topic na yun, di ba? But still, we have gained some insights coming from his statements as far as the drug situation of the Philippines is concerned. So, nagpasalamat pa rin ako sa sinasabi ni Gerald Kakdak. Kasi, again, we are testing the credibility of our resource person. Nandun yun sa sinasabi ni Gerald Kakdak. We can get some insights from that. So right now, I am asking my colleagues and also the Senate President na pagbigyan na lang ako kahit na ito'y motu proprio investigation. One more time, isa na lang. Next week para naman tapusin natin. So yun lang po. Again, thank you sa inyong lahat. Again, next hearing is yung report daw nyo, sir, pwede yung about sabi ito ng sekretariato.
Binigay ko yung Monday, May 20.
Monday, May 20, next week.
In this room, 10 a.m. in this room.
In this room, the same room.
Yes, sir.
Sana makarating kayo. Except Gerald Kakdak, wag na, sir. Yung mga PDEA lang at saka yung ibang invited. Ikaw, sir, okay ka na?
Suspended, sir.
The hearing is hereby suspended.